Paddington Little Library by Michael Bond, illustrated by R.W. Alley. So we have Paddington at the Seaside, Paddington the Arrival, Paddington at Home, and Paddington Goes Shopping. Let's start with the Arrival. Paddington the Arrival. When Paddington said goodbye to his Aunt Lucy in Peru, he had no idea where he would end up. So he was most surprised when he found himself on a railway platform in London, England. Mr. and Mrs. Brown were surprised too, because they had never seen a bear on Paddington Station before. They called him Paddington, and seeing he looked hungry after his journey, they bought him some cakes. Oh, look at all those delicious cakes. They took him back to number 32 Windsor Gardens with them, and straight away he felt at home. "I can't wait to tell my Aunt Lucy," he said. Paddington at Home. One day, Paddington decided to make himself useful about the house. First of all, he made a cake. So look, he's got cocoa and milk and eggs, flour, looks like butter, and a whisk recipe book. Then he lent a paw in the garden, but there was so much to be done, he ended up quite worn out by it all. He didn't wake up until the middle of the afternoon. Time to lay the table ready for tea. After tea, Paddington wrote down all the things he had done that day. Then he went to bed. "My eyelids are very tired," he said to the world in general. "I think they need a good night's rest." Paddington at the Seaside. One morning, Paddington woke early. It felt like a day to be by the sea, so he made himself some marmalade sandwiches and set out for a pretend holiday in the Browns' garden. First, he made sand castles in the sand pit, but soon found it's not as easy as it looks, especially if you have paws. So he had a nap in the paddling pool instead. While he was dozing, he had another idea. Pretend holidays are nice, but real picnics are even nicer. Paddington Goes Shopping. One morning, Paddington set out with his basket on wheels to do the shopping. First of all, he bought a jar of marmalade at the grocer's, and then he went to the baker's for some buns. While he was having a cup of cocoa with his friend Mr. Gruber, he made a marmalade sandwich, which he gave to some birds he met on the way home. Luckily, they gobbled it down as fast as they could. So Paddington was home in time for his own lunch.